Greetings and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. I'm Demi, and this is your Soul Scopes. This is going to be for Aries Decan 2. Birthdays going to be sitting from March 31st to April 9th. So this is going to be for Aries, and to all of our friends out there, we want to thank you so much for the likes, the subscribes, the shares, and just connecting with us and letting us know, that you're feeling these, that they're resonating with you, that they're connecting. Our mission here is just to bring light, love, and healing in order for us to manifest what we want in life, and the things that we are seeking to change in our lives. We must be first come aware of what they are that's blocking us from getting, those relationships of deep love and connectivity and real intimacy, the family connections and unions that we want, that are overwrought with traumas and, dramas and karma that have just gone on for generations. We also want to stop doing things that are blocking us and self-sabotaging ourselves. And the only way we can do that is if we do that through the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is a force of the universe's infinite wisdom and knowledge. So these are channeled readings for all the beautiful humans who are tuning in for the very first time. These are channeled. We then, just for confirmation, we do a card reading, oracle card reading at the end, just to, solidify the information that you've heard here. So predominantly our readings are done by channel in the Akashic Records. And I'm going to get started here with you, Aries. Going into October, and this reading is going to be from October 1st through the 15th. There's some aspects that are going to be coming forward that you're going to start seeing, if you didn't already start seeing them mid-September. The slowdown and strain in communication, the stressors in the communication that made them strained, and normally you're very Machiavellian in your ways of formatting information and communicating and relaying information that can sculpt the movement and the puppeteering of things putting together. So that started slowing down for you, simply because your form of communication was way too aggressive, and so it's causing people to take a step back and look at you in a way that they weren't normally looking at you before. You're trying to force things, and that force of trying to get things done is also tiring you out. So now there's that a part of you that's snapping at your partner, that's snapping at the family, that's snapping at work, and that the bossiness and the aggression of trying to make things happen and putting things in the perfect order and also in control, because you're trying to subvert everything to your will to fit where it's comfortable for you. Now, normally, I would tell people, when you're manifesting, you're setting an intention to allow the blossoming of your life to unfold while the universe orchestrates the details and then begins to move fluidly through your life to bring the synchronicities, the golden opportunities, the alignments and arrangements of people, place, and things together, so you're not having to work or struggle so hard. Unfortunately, now you're becoming exhausted. You're losing track of who you said what to, and what positions you are trying to get them to play to move your platforms, your ideologies, and to fit the schemes that you're trying to relay. So your communication structure is starting to break down, and that also is only going to get more extraordinarily impactful as Mercury goes into retrograde. So you're going to start seeing a tremendous slowdown in that activity where you are putting all your eggs in this basket and that basket and this basket, trying to get other people to promote you as pawns in your game. So the pawns are starting to fall off. The other player on the other side of the board is not only checkmating you, but they're getting down to your knight, your castle, and that's if you play chess. They're giving me this analogy. So if you're trying to manipulate all the maneuvers on the board, currently from where you sit, your opponent now is aware of all the plays that you make before. So the people that you had in certain positions are now falling off because they're starting to become aware that you're using them. No one likes to be used, and so now you're seeing that those pieces and players are not aligned. You know how in reality TV, everyone tries to form an alliance so that one person can manipulate their way to the top by using other players in order to hide their agendas. That's what you've been doing, and that is about to come to an end. So we're going to take a look at how you can stop this particular series and chain of events from bringing more hardship and more pain. And the thing about it is that it feels fun and good, and it is like a game to you in some ways, of getting people to do things, but we're not even talking about necessarily good things. We're talking about dissension, deception, and manipulation, which any of those words comes across as exactly what they are: negative and hurtful. And so when people realize what you've been doing, what happens is they look at you differently, and then it kind of makes them feel like, do you really love them, and do you really care? And you love many of the people so this is family related, and you want a better, more whole, loving family. And so you try to when all the family is gathered together, you try to bring about this aspect of I'm all present, and I'm here, and I love all of you. And so now certain members of the family are like looking at you with the side eye, like, because they now have, instead of being isolated by the puppetry and the Machiavellian communications, they're now talking to each other about you. So the only person that gets hurt further is you. And this is what you do on your job to win favor. And then you take secrets that people tell you to besmirch them to your superiors to make yourself look better. All these things now are starting to turn around against you. And so you're starting to see that you're in a light, in a phase, in a place that is super uncomfortable for you, because you like to be in control, and you also like to be hidden. You don't like that people can acknowledge that you said this and you said that, and they're bringing this to your attention and to your awareness that you did it and said it. And so now you're pretending to haven't forgotten that you said it, or that you did it. And your partner, your life partner, someone that you're dating and in marriage, these things don't sit well, because now they think that you're a liar and that you're trying to manipulate the situation. And then to say that you forgot that you said it or did it doesn't help you either. So this is a time of coming clean for you, and presenting what it is that's causing you to do this. A lot of this is abandonment. It's a double jeopardy here, because you don't allow people to get close enough to you to hurt you, but then the type of things that you do cause hurt and abandonment and people to leave you. So instead of getting close to people, you utilize their abilities to promote you forward, or put you in a better light. And when they stop doing that, you either cut ties with them, by cutting them off, or you pretend that you don't know what they're talking about. Well, what do you mean? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. This particular full moon is going to highlight those aspects for you. And Mercury is also not going to be very friendly this month. And so what you're going to see is unforeseen events, circumstances that are going to blow up way out of your control. Or you're going to be put on the spot. And in today's age, how we get put on the spot is by people collecting data and information about you. And how you stop this from happening is sometimes by asking for forgiveness, by telling people that you don't know why you do it, and coming clean all the way and saying, you know, I really want a better, deeper relationship with you, but it's just easier for me to try to put you in a pocket where I feel like I can pull you out whenever I want you for the things that I need from you. Ooh, that sounds horrible when you say it out loud, right? It's almost always better to try to find out where that hurt and where that pain actually originated that taught you how to do that. So we're going to look at the Moonology deck, because you are good enough for people to love you as you are. But you have to believe that to be true. You also have to be prepared to put that part of yourself, of the compassion and the tender self. Well, that was a whole deck of cards that just shot out. These are the Moonology deck, and so I have a belief system here. Always have had it my whole life. Whatever pops out comes to show out. And so these are the cards that came to talk to you. They almost fell succinctly together. We've got a lot to talk about. We've already have. These are going to be your confirmation cards. They're telling me that this is enough. It's time to meditate and contemplate on where that deep pain is, where that source began. And what I love here is that this is a new moon in Pisces, and this has already been flowing up and bubbling up to the top, to the surface. The waters are rippling in your life, and the new moon is a time to start something new, to change, to get ahead in the current. Is when we have information that's moving from our energy, it just catapults without end, which is how we come back into this life with a karma, because it does not stop. So we've got to clean it up. And they're also saying, again, it's time to release the negativity. We've been talking about that. This is also in a water sign. So we're talking about deep emotional hurts, wounds, traumas that have been there for a long time, because this has been a pattern of your life. And the thing that these two signs have in common is that they're empathic. So they already said that you have deep compassion, deep love. They also talked about, and they also talked about that compassion, that deep love and connectivity that you're yearning for, that comes from within you. That's the truth and the beauty of who you are. And it's also how we create and manifest from our purest part of unconditional love a life that is whole and balanced and continues to blossom and unfold in its effervescent beauty. And they've been talking about how you communicate, the style in which you communicate. Again, that Machiavellian puppetry and putting pawns across the chessboard and using pieces to protect the queen. Yeah, your opponent now is not only checkmating you, but also dominating the board. And to communicate effectively means to come clean, to admit where you are, and that everything isn't perfect. You are good enough. And that's part of wherever the seat of this trauma, you don't believe that you're worthy of love. And so you use people as compensation is one of the words I'm hearing. The other word that I'm hearing that you use them for is a commodity. So you try to get out of them what you think that will serve you. And you want to really deeply connect. And again, this is a family and personal relationship. It's also about to affect your job, but more so, this event is going to be sparked by, and this is oddly enough in Cancer, which is a family sign, also a water sign, also empathic and rich in a lot of abilities. All signs are. They just, some of them have different attributes. This is about family, and that's the first thing I saw when I saw the Cancer there. So this is a new moon, also again about that new beginning. But this is about to reach your personal issue reaches a resolution. So either you're going to be called out by many people in your family and exposed, and that exposure it would bring it to a resolution, or you could thwart that resolution and feeling the embarrassment, the humiliation, and the pain by, you know, speaking to the ones that are closest, the ones that you feel the safest with, sharing, you know, this hurt that has created this, because they're starting to see this about you. And sometimes blood is not thick enough to overcome when you're using people for collateral and commodities and usury. No one likes that. No one does. I can't think of any person who wants to feel like you're just using me to something. And a new romantic cycle begins. And I love how this balances out here with you in Libra, because that romantic cycle is falling in love with yourself. And how you do that is start with reflection. That's one of the first things, is you've got to go inward in an introspective state and be honest with yourself. The second step is self-respect. You know, you have to live in a tangible way that your heart lines up with your actions, and when the things that you desire, that you have intentions to bring forward don't line up with your actions, and your words don't line up and don't ring true, then it's hard to respect. And we all know this, when people don't do what they say, we lose respect. They lie to us, that we lose respect. And you know, if they're constantly late or showing up in a certain way, or you know, doing things that aren't respectful, we start losing respect. So that's the second part of falling in love with yourself, is by speaking and doing what you say that you're going to do, but first with yourself. And then the last part is having that romance with yourself. Really falling in love with you. And this facade that you put up, that image, that mirror, that fog and gloss is about to be shattered. And this is, the month of October is going to be extraordinarily revealing for you. So you will remain in my prayers. And if this is you, if this resonates with you, please reach out to us here at I Am Powered by Love. We do offer complimentary coaching, but also to get more specific about you, if this is resonating with you. Again, these are Akashic record readings. We love to give you a fuller, more in-depth Akashic record reading in person with any of our readers here. And I want to thank you for tuning in and letting us know, you know, that you love us and like us, and you want more of these. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to sign up for the free reading with the link below. And I'm Demi, and I'm just sending you love, light, and blessings. Namaste.